Well, I'm out at the local park. This is the first time that I've tried to do some filming of what I do, and I wanted to share some things about the AT Pro that I'm using. If you want to just take a look at it's an AT Pro, but I've got an Anderson shaft on it, so you can see it's very straight. I really like the feel for the handle, the way it connects, and it's very light. I'm using a sharpshooter, nail sharpshooter. I pretty well just leave that on in most of the parks around here because they're so trashy. And I've gone out and I picked up a selfie stick. It was like a couple of bucks at Ollie's. And that selfie stick is what I'm going to initially try to use the Hero 2 connected to. It should be able to see the readings and hear the sounds. And then I haven't tried it yet, but I guess I'm going to initially just try laying the metal detector down and turning the camera so we can see the dig. So you can see that you can see the sound comes up through here, and this is just the headphone jack. So I've got the sound going into the headphones, and the other sound I've tried doing it directly and splitting off that sound into the GoPro, but it didn't work right. And what I've done is I have a second mic, you can see it right here, that I just put inside of one of the earpieces. So both of those mics, I've got split and going into the GoPro. So that seems to be working for testing anyway. I haven't tried it yet on site. All of the jacks are what's called TRS jacks, and a TRS jack has let's see if I can find one here plugged in somewhere. They have only I'll put a link in the comments of what it is, but basically it has two insulators inside the 3.5 millimeter jack, as opposed to 3 insulators. So if you see 2 black insulators, that's the type of plugs I'm using. This GoPro does not have I've ordered it, but it doesn't have an LCD back, but it's very wide angle. So I think for right now I can't actually see what I'm aimed at, but we'll see how that works when it goes to digging today, and because I just have to kind of guess and use the wide angle. So I'm going to turn this off and get set up, and we'll see how it works. Well, one thing I didn't mention was that to try to protect from the wind, I made myself a dead cat. It's pretty windy out here today. That's something I bought at the Salvation Army. It came off of a hat, and I just wrapped that fake fur around the mic. And it seems like it's pretty good at cutting out the wind, so we'll see how that does. Well, here's one of my first digs. It is my first dig. You can hear that it's a little bit all over the place. So it's showing 10 plus inches. And it's a little all over the place. It's not uncommon to have some old shotgun shells here. So I will reposition this and see how it works and start digging. Well, lesson 1, I learned that I need to bring something to prop this tripod up so it doesn't fall over. So let's see what this looks like. My guess is a shotgun shell. Well, it says it was deeper. I'm using a white pinpointer, Bullseye TRX. I really like it. think it goes, well, I won't say it. I started to say I think it goes a little bit deeper than a Garrett, but that would start a war on power pointers. There we go. How appropriate to start off with my very first film dig. Very appropriate. Okay, I'll tell you next time I find something. Okay, here's my next one. About 15 feet from the other one. So let's see. Be back. So it was kind of a little all over the place again. I really love this knife. It's what I've been using for a number of years now. Same knife is held up. And it's very sharp. It says that it's a made in Japan, specialty knife of function blade. Nisao. It's a NISAKU. Something small. Well, it's not a pull tab. If I was going fishing, I'd be all set. Okay, I'll tell you if I find something else. I'm back. So we'll see. Looks like I didn't turn it off that time, so I'll have to cut that out. All that shaking. All right. Whoop, there it is. I mentioned the shotgun shells. Can't read it right now, but it's usually a 12 gauge. All right. Okay, I'm filming this primarily because this is a anywhere from 39 to 42. Says it's 6 inches. Normally that's a piece of aluminum foil or a part of a bottle top is aluminum. I'm only digging it now just to show that that's probably what it is. It's normally something I would not dig. So let's see. Okay, let's see if it's aluminum foil. Probably not very deep either. If it's, well, it said it was deeper though. Sometimes the aluminum foil will, it's so small it'll show that it's deeper. And it can be right on the surface. Yep. And that's the case. There it is. Aluminum foil. I would normally not dig that, but I wanted to just demonstrate why I don't dig many of them. In fact, I just almost put it back in the hole, which is not something I want to do. Okay, I'll tell you if I find something else. So I'm not saying this will be good, but it has potential. So, have some readings in the low 80s, but it's kind of jumping around. So, it says it's pretty deep. Let's see what it is. Yeah, hopefully it's wide angle enough for you to see this. Don't have a back yet. I'm going pretty deep with this hole. Still further down. A little bit on the back wall. Getting further down. Try to work on either side of it so I don't stab it, whatever it is. I don't carry shovels in parks. I just carry this little knife. Rust, that's not too good. Of a sign. Part of possibly an old can lid. It's hard to tell. Oh well, I'll put it in my bag so I don't have to dig it up again. I'll step on that in a second. Looks like I left it on again. I have to turn this off. Hopefully you can see it. pretty deep. I have found rings and silver in this area. It's not that old of an area, but still it's been there. Not as deep as I thought it was. Huh. It's weird. Well, it was the dime. It's pretty shiny, but I think it's just because it was not very deep. On it, it's probably new. Yeah. It is a, I can't read it, but it's a newer dime. It's, all right, found a coin. So this is one that sounds good sometimes. Other times, sometimes it doesn't have any target ID at all. And sometimes that's a good thing. So we will dig it up. A lot of water here. This has been raining a lot. It's very wet. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't hit water trying to get to it. Very wet and muddy here. Plugs are very wet. Okay. All right. Not a wheat penny, but it's a penny. Okay. Okay. $53 to $55. I've had this be rings, I've had it be pull tabs, and I've had it be nickels. So it's one of those. Usually nickels are more 51, 52. And it's probably not a ring, so let's go with a pull tab. Well, we'll take a look. Okay, this is not very deep. Still, I tried to go to a drier spot, but this is still pretty wet. I'm not going to go very deep. Ah. Well, I don't guess you could call it a pull tab, but it's a similar object. Part of the can. Okay, it's ringing up as your classic quarter. So we'll see. It's not that deep, a couple of 3 inches. There it is. It's not a silver, obviously, but it's 1993. Okay, we'll keep looking. So these are the kind of, this one here. .52 to .55. It's kind of a classic pull tab. But if you want gold rings, you got to dig those, every one of these signals. Then you end up with a lot of pull tabs. Now that's unusual. Usually a nickel's a little bit lower than that, but that's what's doing it. That's why you got to dig them up also, I guess. See what year it is. '85. Well, it's a nickel, first nickel today. I think this is going to end my day of first shoot. I told you about the rain. I'll put up, you can see some water here. Got a lot of rain. So anyway, until next time, I've had some lessons learned. I got to figure out a way to when I put the metal detector down, to keep it from tipping over, a better way to aim the camera. And once I get my new back, with the LCD back, I'll be able to see where it's aimed. So, until next time.